Hello everyone. Today in this video, let us see how we can use the Infer schema in Snowflake. So before going into the details of this, I just want to explain the real-time use case of this scenario. So we may have files, some of the files from the production that are having so many columns, and we want to bring that data from the source to Snowflake. So in that case, it is not always possible to create the table since it has some couple of hundreds of columns in the tables. But we just want to bring everything from the source to Snowflake. In that scenario, we can infer the schema to create a dynamic structure of the table based on the input file. So that is what we are trying to do today. So we can manually or explicitly infer a schema. So instead of already creating the table. So let's get started and see how we can do that. So firstly, let me show you. So I have these files already loaded in my user stage. So let's see that files. So when I run that, so there is this employee CSV file that is a test file that is already loaded in my user stage. So if you want to know how you can load files to the stages using SnowSQL, you can refer to one of my previous video wherein I have shown in detail how to do that. Okay, so I want to load this employees.csv file into a Snowflake table, but I don't want to create a table, as in I want Snowflake to automatically read the schema or dynamically detect the schema based on the CSV header. Okay, let's go and see how it works. Now, firstly, I'm trying to create a format because this format is necessary. So when I want to infer the schema, because when you are inferring the schema, there have to be some conditions that needs to be set before. So in this format, I'm trying to set a CSV file, and also the CSV file, and that is comma delimiter, and the new line is slash and delimiter, and this is the important attribute here. So pass header is something. So that does, like, when you are inferring the schema, so by default the schema names would be like the column names would be as column 1, 2, and so on, up to the number of columns that are existing in the source. But when you say pass header, so this will bring the header column name that is existing in the CSV as the column name in the table. So this is important when you want to bring the exact column names from your source file. So I'll go ahead and create this file format first. So my file format is created. After this, I want to infer the schema. So actually I'm not creating the table, but I'm creating this table with the infer schema. So generally, how we do the create tables and how we load the data from the stage to Snowflake and all of that, you can find those details in my previous videos. But here, instead of creating the table, we are doing that using the infer schema. So if you see this one, so we are creating the table employees using the infer schema command, and we are mentioning where exactly my file location is. So my file location is in the user stage, so I'm mentioning that here, and I'm also using this file format. So even though this stage has multiple files of different types, I am only bringing the type of CSV, and I am also telling my infer schema to pass the header. So let's go ahead and create this table. So table employees is successfully created. Now, if you want to see what exactly is happening or like what are the different data that is loaded in our Infer schema. So I'll use this one. I'll select from the table Infer schema using that format. Okay, so in this Infer schema, now I have all these column names. Okay, these are the column names that are already existing in my employees CSV. So this is good. So we have the schema ready. Now we want to load the data to this schema. So to do that, I again will create another file format. The previous file format is for the files, but this file format is for the data that we are going to load into our table. So I'm saying that the destination will be of type CSV, and it will skip the header because I have already the column names and I don't want to load again the header row as a record. So, and also after that, so if there are empty fields, I'm considering as null. And these are all the other things that I mentioned in this format. Okay, so I'll go ahead and create this file format. And now we can copy into this table using this file format. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just copying from the stage. I'm copying into employees from the user stage and using the file format, my CSV file format that I just created. So when I do that, you see employees.csv file, which is having rows of 50 is passed and loaded. So that means we are able to load, and we'll see like how exactly the data is. Okay, you can see. So we haven't created the table anywhere. The everything that is mentioned in the CSV file, the column names and everything came in here like that, and also the data came in here. So this will be very helpful when you have hundreds and multiple hundreds of columns in your file, and you cannot create all of that manually in the Snowflake, and that would be very time consuming, and also mm, um, identifying the correct data type and all of that would be very tiresome job. So if you want to in that case you can use this Infer schema, which is very handy, and this can have like you can mention or you can control the types of data that is coming in using the file format and all of that. So hope this video is helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.